Hello and welcome to my Keto Kitchen. I'm Victoria. Today we are going to make monkey bread. One of you guys asked in the comment section under my last video to make monkey bread. So here it is. I have not made this before. So let's do it together. I've got everything that I think we need. So let's get started. Oh, by the way, if you hear something that sounds like an off-balance washing machine, it's the baby chicks because we gave them a bigger cage and they just keep opening their wings and trying to pick the cage up and fly away. The first thing that we need is 1 cup of keto milk. I will link right here the cup of keto milk that I'm using. It's in my most recent keto milk video. So that's this. And to it, I'm going to add 3 things. I have 1 tablespoon of inulin. You can use white sugar or you can use honey. The yeast is going to eat it. But I use inulin. I have 1 tablespoon of yeast and 1 teaspoon of salt. And no, the salt is not going to kill the yeast. I put it all in here at one time. Now I'm going to mix it up and then I'm going to cover it and just set it aside. Also, this milk is warm. I heat it up for about 30 seconds in the microwave. Definitely do not want it hot, just warm. There we go. Now, I'm going to set this aside and we're going to work on the liquids. Okay, we need 2 egg whites, 2 tablespoons of melted butter, and now we need to pour the milk mixture back in here. You can just let this set for about 10 minutes, that's fine. Mine is already starting to foam, so we are good here. Lastly, before we add the flour, we need 1/2 cup of any keto brown sugar that you like. Right here is erythritol and allulose. I ran out of xylitol, so I'm using allulose in this video. So I have to be careful and watch it and make sure it does not burn or over brown. But this, I'll link it right here. Here's a video that I show you if you don't have keto brown sugar, you can make it yourself with a little bit of molasses. That's what this is, but you can buy keto brown sugar. So whatever you have on hand. And lastly, we have 3 cups of Victoria's Keto flour. This is 252 grams. So I'm going to pour this in. Hopefully 3 cups is enough to make it a nice sticky dough. If it isn't, then I will be adding more, but we will just have to mix it up and see what we get. Perfect. That is perfect. So I almost forgot to add 1 tablespoon of baking powder. So I'm going to add that, turn it back on, and get this fully incorporated into the dough. Perfect. All right, here we go. So I have put a little liner at the bottom of my bundt pan. I've also washed my hands because we have to form the dough into little balls. Also, with my keto flour, when you're making something like this and you typically would let the dough rise, okay, I am not going to let the dough rise because I put baking powder in it. I like to put it straight into the oven because of the baking powder. The yeast is sitting in here. By the time I'm done, the yeast has given this a full flavor. If you want to let it set, the yeast in the milk, let it set for 10 or 20 minutes, however long you want to activate that yeast. That's totally fine. The longer you let it set, the stronger the flavor will be. So I put mine right in here. I know I've got to work and do some other things. So it's still going to be probably 15-20 minutes before this actually gets in the oven. So right now I need some flour. I'm going to need to flour my hands. All right. Because it's going to be a little, yeah, it's going to be sticky. And I need it sticky. Okay. I'm making balls about this size. I don't know. What is this? 2 inches. All right. I have 1/2 stick of melted butter. I'm going to roll this in the 1/2 stick of melted butter. Then right here, this is 1/2 cup of erythritol and allulose mix. So 1/2 allulose, 1/2 erythritol, and 2 teaspoons of cinnamon. So that's what this is, and then you get a beautiful bread ball. So that is what I'm doing right here, is I am just rolling, and you want it to be a little bit sticky. This is a little bit sticky. I'm putting it in the butter, then I'm gonna roll it in the sweetener mix, then I'm just gonna sit it at the bottom of the bundt pan. Can you see it kind of sticking a little bit to my hands? You want it to be a little bit sticky, okay? It needs moisture. As it's baking, it's good if it adheres a little bit to its neighbor. This is the perfect, absolute, it could not be more perfect of a dough. Praise the Lord. Like I said, I haven't done this before. I've not made this. I have not even made this like traditional monkey bread. I've not even made traditional monkey bread. So really thankful that the batter is so perfect. This is messy. I'm actually going to need more cinnamon sugar. I did not have enough for all of this. So I'm gonna say you're gonna need 1 cup of your sweetener and 4 teaspoons of cinnamon, because I'm gonna have to stop, wash my hands, and go make more. I want to give you guys a close-up of what I've done. This is what it looks like. I have the larger size at the bottom, medium, and then small around the top. So this is what it looks like before it goes into the oven. Okay, this is what we have. This is going into the oven at 350 degrees for 30 to 35 minutes. If the time changes, I will let you know, so I will be right back. Okay, while that is baking, I need to make a glaze. Now, I told you guys in the last video, I've been working on glazes. I've come to figure out that allulose, in my opinion, makes the best glaze. I have right here a whole cup of allulose. Let's see, I've melted it. So this is 1 cup of allulose and 2 tablespoons of the milk that I just made that I linked. So the milk that we used for the monkey bread just a second ago, that's the milk that I use for this glaze. And it's a beautiful, beautiful thick glaze. And there's nothing gritty about it at all. I'm gonna go set this on the oven off, and it's just gonna set until the monkey bread is finished baking. We're gonna let it cool, then we're gonna top it with this glaze. Oh my goodness, this is absolutely beautiful. Look at this. This is so perfect because it blows up. All the little balls just swell like twice their size or more. So I need to let this set here probably 5 to 10 minutes. It needs to cool before I try turning it over, because if I turn it over right now, it's probably all gonna separate. I need to let this cool. Now, with traditional monkey bread, you usually don't let it set and cool for too long because it'll stick to the sides. But the way I built this was the larger balls were on the bottom, and as they got smaller, I built them toward the inside. So there's parchment paper at the bottom, so I don't have to worry about anything sticking to the bottom. Once this cools, I'm going to take a silicone spatula and I'm going to just slowly make sure that it's not connected to the sides, and then I'll take a butter knife and I'll go right down the center to make sure that it's not stuck. And that is how I'm going to unstick it to the bundt pan. But for now, this has got to cool. This thing is on fire. It smells like heaven in here. This looks beautiful. I am so excited. So once this cools, I'll video glazing it and all that fun stuff, show you what it looks like, cut into it. Then I'll come back and taste it. So I'll be right back. Okay, it has cooled. We have glazed it. Now it is time to taste it. So I am going to pick up a few pieces. Actually, I actually think I could just pick it up this way. So let's try it. That is good. I'm gonna bite into the larger one now. I wanna make sure it cooked all the way through all of them at 35 minutes. Oh my goodness. I gotta show you this close up. This is absolutely delicious. Oh my word. Wow. Okay. Wow. If I do say so myself, wow. This is so good. Guys, you cannot go wrong with this recipe. Wow. That was absolutely fantastic. Oh my goodness. Where's my coffee? This is so good. I don't know if it's the inside of the dough that is just so perfect, or the outside that is like cinnamony, caramely, crunchy almost. This is so good. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please make it. If you do, please go over to my Facebook, post a picture of it. Tell us what you think. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe, and you all have a blessed day. Wow.